Alright, here we go. Welcome everybody. We're going to be doing some T3 Abyssals today in my Gila. We have a passive tank fit. That's not a Gila. Would help if I board the ship, yeah. So we've got a passive fit Gila today. And we have some blingy modules here. Pythium C type partner. We have an Abyssal afterburner to give us a little more speed. Republic fleet extenders. Type 2 drone amplifiers. And then we have purgers in the rig slots. Bringing us in with our Nirvana set at 177 HP a second. Which for tier 3s, what I've been doing in the last couple days, has been sufficient to keep us safe. The only thing I run into issues with is the DPS. We are using the Rapid Light Mission Launcher 2s with the Mjolnir Fury Light Missiles to hit that resistance gap. We're actually going to bring a few more missiles with because we're going to be doing a bunch of them. Let's bring another 2,000. So I have 20 filaments that we're going to run. Plan on streaming for a couple hours. We'll see how long these filaments last us. I only get about 4 to 5 done per hour of these T3s here. We do have a shield booster here to give us a little bit better resists. So let's go get into it. Alright. Time to get out into my save location for running Abyssals here.
Warp drive active.
I'm hoping to get some good luck with loot, because if you watched my stream yesterday, you saw that I lost my worm in a T2 Abyssal, and the worm itself had about 450 to 500 million in the fit, which is a lot to lose, but then my implants, it was a full Nirvana set, so a little over 2 billion. So we need to recoup that and, you know, just make forward progress instead of backward progress. So let's get into it and start running them. Abyss number 1. And I am going to be using today a MTU in pockets. I'm going to go straight towards the bioadaptive cache, and I'm going to use my drones to pop the other ones, and I'm going to set the MTU down at the bioadaptive cache to try and get as much loot as possible out of these T3s. We're using faction drones, so they have a little bit more HP, just because I don't want to be losing drones. I'm not the best at managing them sometimes, so they need to be able to live on their own without me micromanaging them. So we're already at the cache because this one had the lovely speed boost. It's an easy room though. These enemies do not have a lot of HP, so this should be a very fast room to actually kill all the enemies. 2.6 million from the main loot cache. We're going to orbit around the MTU actually, and start using our missiles to start helping our drones just clear everything out. The Pack Rat MTU actually brings stuff in at slightly over 1,000 meters per second, so it's like 1250. So it should only take about a minute and a half for it to bring both of those in. Hopefully it times out about right with killing off all of these little Tessellas, the frigate versions. I'm not too worried about the kill order on this room. These ones don't have too much of an issue. If we had the cruiser versions of the Tessellas, we would definitely have to worry about our targeting order precedence, because those ones hurt bad. But just dealing with the frigate versions, it's not bad at all. Just have to make sure that our drones don't get popped. Alright, so that is everything, and we've only got about 15 more seconds, and the loot will be here at the MTU, and we'll be able to roll on to the next pocket. It's not bad. Oh, hey Lente, how you doing? Glad you could join in the stream. Sorry, I had to click over to see the YouTube one. 1.96. All right. I'm enjoying the MTU version of doing this because these filaments are pricey for the tier 3 and above. It makes it a lot more efficient to get the extra loot caches. I'm doing the electrics because they go a little faster with the kill speed because the enemies don't have the extra HP, and they're cheaper to run. They're 2 million a filament as opposed to the gammas, which now are like 5 million a filament. And the exotics are 4 million a filament too. Work, that's a 4-letter word. Ugh. Just call in sick. It'll be fine. See if we actually can get close enough to this one to pop it. I don't know where that ends at. Alright, down there. Yeah, my drone range is only 57 kilometers, so I have to actually approach some of these to send the drones at them. Okay, we got that one. Now we can head back up. I didn't check. We don't have the missile range right now because of the E-war. Well, both caches are popped. How long do you have to go into work for today? Man, these are not being the best loot caches. And now for the Devoted Knights, the ones that actually deal the DPS that's bringing my HP down. Oh, okay, 4 hours isn't bad. Well, I say that, I don't know what you do. Like 4 hours, some things is rough, 4 hours other things isn't, so I shouldn't say it's not bad. I've definitely had 4 hours of something. It was miserable, so I shouldn't be quick to assume. Don't know if both of the loot nodes are actually going to make it in before I'm done killing the enemies in this pocket. Looks like it might. Yeah. Be 20 seconds, I'll wait. That's okay. Okay. Do you drive? Do you do call center? Are you an EMT in the back? Gosh, this is so far. We're 2 pockets in. And 7.1 million. Patient transport service. So you provide medical transportation. Kikomoras. Kikomoras can just get on out of here. I don't like them. They're mean. I didn't check again if I had missile range. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, I love how tanky this build is. But I feel like if I go up to tier 4s, it's just not going to be good enough. Because it's a passive and not an active. 16 million! Hey, hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. This guy right here. Woo! That's a good one. Walking wounded going for specialist treatment. Okay. Man, that one item made this filament so worth it. So is it like a 15-passenger van then or is it a proper ambulance? Because I've seen those like medical transportations where it's like it's just a van with like an assist lift to get in and out.
Our module has run out of charges.
Oh, no, no, no. Don't hurt my drones. I need these guys. Man, look at this. They love going for my drones. I need to leave them alone. So it's gonna take about 11 minutes to get through this one, but totally worth it with that loot drop. We ended up first one, what? 40 mil? Oh no, 24 million in 10.5 minutes. Very nice. I will take that every day. What's up, Zup? Can be. Okay. Cancer treatment's never fun. Ooh, we got a close one here. We have a Karen room. I have done a couple Karen rooms in this fit already, and it performs very nicely, even though I don't have any avoidance whatsoever in this build. It's so chunky. Like, we have 78k EHP. It's quite nice. Where is it? Ah, it's directly up. I'm gonna get one guy going on the Karen. And then one guy going up to this loot node. We're gonna run out of capacitor here. The capacitor is empty.
The capacitor is empty.
Yeah, there it is. That's okay.
The capacitor is empty.
Yeah, there's not much I'm going to be able to do about the capacitor on this run. Although, I mean, I can bring the drones in and have them go for these little guys. Just to make sure that we don't end up getting taken out. Because without our shield hardener, we do take a lot more damage, so I am going to reduce the amount of DPS that I'm having to tank here when I'm nuded and don't have my hardener up. Alright, we got the hardener back up. That's a big deal. Won't have the afterburner up for a little bit yet while we're still getting nuded, but should be able to keep the hardener by just pulsing it in between when they're nuding me. And as we get into the highest regen portion of my shields, we're going to stabilize out and be okay.
The capacitor is empty. The capacitor is empty.
There we go. Okay. And now we just need to get a little closer to said Karen so we can throw the drones in at it and be able to clear this out. Oh my gosh, drones. Don't go after the freaking... They're going after the tower up there. But I got them locked onto the Karen now. So now we just go back, pick up the loot, then head to the transfer gate and move on to the next pocket. So that's about the lowest I've seen my shields get. What do we have for the loot in this room? 7.68. That is nice. Alright. Very nice. I don't think the drone's a little bit to cut through that battleship. But it allows our capacitor to get back up and our shields to get back up to a nicer buffer before going to the next pocket. There we go. Finally got through the armor in a soft underbelly. And oh, come on. Pop. I like the fit. It's an expensive fit. But yes, it is easy. I just don't want to get overconfident because that's what I did in the worm, and then I lost it. So I need to stay a little more vigilant in my play. because the Abyss, it's unforgiving. Very unforgiving. I feel like we just did a room just like this. Okay. We will see. Are they all up that way? They are. Well, 2 of them are. Need to get within 57 to pop them with the drones, so. That's what we're gonna do. We don't have to go all the way up there, we just have to get within 57 so that the drones can reach out and pop them. And then we will pop the bioadaptive one ourselves. Okay, there's one down. Second one down. Drones are going to the bottom one there. And then we can start working on all of these. Nuts. Start working on the Sentinel first. This drone needs to come back and heal up. I'm getting both to come back so that everything transfers onto me. 6 million. Okay, we got another good loot there. Alright. Took a little bit of armor damage on that drone. That'll be okay. Gonna run out of capacitor again. I'm gonna kick off the afterburner so I can keep the shield hardener going. Oh, no, we want this one. I do like how much my DPSs went up from my missiles. Since I started running this fit, I've been able to upgrade to the T2 missiles, and it is a noticeable difference on how much DPS that I'm able to add into with my drones. So hopefully as my missile skills continue to go up, I will feel more confident to go to a higher difficulty. I was doing some of these, was it earlier today or yesterday, and I had 2 overmined rooms, and it took me 15.5 minutes to get through, so my DPS is still a little lacking when it comes to getting through the DPS checks. So I need to be careful about going up the difficulty tier, not for survival, but for running out of time in the actual Abyssal filament, which is survival, but alright, we're down to the last enemy, and we're on the last, well, whenever it wants to tractor onto it, there we go. Alright. Now we get to see the loot, and yeah, I'll definitely wait for this one. It's only 30 kilometers out. Survey says we already had 7 million from the main loot cache, so all of this is just icing. And it's another 5. Wow. Alright, so I'm having much better luck than I was yesterday. It's very good feeling. Man. Very good feeling. Yeah, we're already at 42 million in loot and we haven't even finished the second filament. Very good. Alright, last pocket for this one. We're at 11 minutes in already, so this has been going slower. Where is this one? Okay, I should be... we'll see if I'm able to hit it from the bioadaptive cache. We want the tangling ones first. So let me get rid of those ones. Get rid of the ones that are going to web us. So slow. A little bit of speed back after we got rid of that one. We might be able to reach. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to. 61. And we're there. 4.5. Wow. Yeah, this was a great filament through and through. And launch that. Then we'll get a drone going out there. And of course I wasn't paying attention because I'm terrible. I'm a bad drone parent. Such a bad drone parent. Let's get the Fed back. There we go. Now that that's done, bring him back and put him in safety. Try not to lose drones. They are expensive. There we go. And this one should finish about the right timing here. The Lead mag should die. We'll get our loot, pick up our tractor unit, and be able to finish up this pocket. But again, this could be like a 15-minute filament. They're taking a long time, and part of that is purposefully trying to get this MTU down, but
A module has run out of charges.
2.5, nice. I'm not adding too much time where I'm waiting for it, I don't think. Maybe 20 seconds a pocket, which I guess is a minute, so. But it adds just so much value to each run. I mean, in the frigate runs, it wouldn't be worth it at all. Because in those, you have so much just bonus loot in the bioadaptive cache, you just blitz through them. And to a lesser degree, same thing with the destroyer ones. Alright. Done with run number 2. Suppose I should actually activate the frickin' booster that I bought. So 2 runs, 50 million. So nice. And we will activate the booster. This adds 4% to shield resistance all across the board. It is the lowest version that you can use, but it lasts for 2 hours, so it should last for the majority of the time that I'm going to be streaming and the time that I'm doing the filaments. It's about, I think it cost me 4 million, something like that, to pick it up. So it's entirely worth it if it even saves my life. Like, it's more than worth it, 100 times over. Let's see. I think the Watchman first, and then the Upholder. What's that one? Okay, it's down there. So I think we're gonna have to take a little bit of a detour to get down within the 57. There we go. And now we can head back up to the loot cache. The bioadaptive cache, I should say. Pop that with our missile. Who's the one webbing? The Upholder. Okay. And the Sentinels are units. Okay, so Upholder is the one that I need to be having the preferential treatment for. How far away are we? Yeah, we're getting close. Alright, launch the MTU. 2.5, so a little bit lower. Alright, we are out of juice. But we're going to be starting to take out the enemies that are draining our cap, so it's fine. And we got to boost into the bioadaptive cache, which is the important part, getting the MTU set up so that it can actually pull in the loot. While we slowly just take out the enemies that are left over. I'm timing it just wrong.
The capacitor is empty.
There we go. Was able to get the hardener running. I can't. There's one enemy that's sitting here attacking my poor drone. So we're going to recall him. I think even with one nuke, yeah. We just don't have the capacitor regen with any newts on us to maintain the shield hardener. Which is sad. There. Now we should be good to go. Newts are down. Alright, so we get the loot. So we had 2.5 in the main one, 650 in that one, so not as good for the start of this one, but that's okay. At least the timing is working out better for this room, as we got all the loot and are heading for the exit prior to the last enemy dying. Where we end up spending in here 4 minutes, so I mean, averaging 4 minutes a room is not so bad. Let's see what we got in this room coming up. Alright, we have a lot of E-War that is going to be nasty to deal with. And I don't want my drones going into that. We have 3 Webbers. don't know who the drones went for off the bat. Probably one of the Tyrannoses. This one going here. Boy, we're going slow. Okay. Let's get the other Weber. Alright, now the last Weber. Keep an eye on our drone. Now we're gonna have to pull him back. How far are you out? 13? I'm just gonna launch the MTU here so it can get working since we're moving so slow. And we're about to have to turn off our afterburner. Oh, I miss saying goodbye to Pommy. I like him. Good guy. Okay. Let's get the Lancer, because that's the one that keeps shooting at my drones. And having them pull them in and out
The capacitor is empty.
just reduces the DPS. We were able to cycle that, that's good. Yeah, even without the capacitor, like, this build does so good
The
at
capacitor is
surviving. Oh no, he'll be back later. He didn't leave the corp, he just logged off. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like he's God forever. No, he just logged off for a little bit. I would actually be distraught if Pommy left. Alright, we got all the loot. Ooh, 15.7. That's a good one right there. Oh, look, we got a... Oh. Don't forget the MTU. We got a tier 4 gamma filament. That's always nice. And on to the last pocket. And we're still averaging about 4 minutes per pocket here. We've got 3. I don't know if that one's above or below us. So we're just going to head straight towards it to start with and get a drone going towards it. And then get a drone going towards this one. And that one looks like it's in the same direction as that, so... Okay. Good. And we have Kikomoras, which, among many other things, love to attack drones. I do not like the Kikomoras. Not in the least bit. What are the drones going after here? If they've already chewed through somebody pretty well, I don't want to redirect them, because it would just be wasting DPS on target. And get that launched. 2.5. Get our missiles going. I will take out the Kikomoras though next, after this guy goes down. need some more range on my missiles. Just don't have enough. Only got 26. Not quite enough for these. Only have one more loot cache for the MTU to bring in. Drones are doing a good job on the Kikamores at least. Exact revenge for yesterday's death. And let's see how much this loot is. Really, the one time I went on a range. Another 2 million there. And now we can go orbit the exit conduit. We're about to have all the enemies dead. Good to go. And yeah, it'll be about 12 minutes total time. Not bad. Not bad at all. Come on. There we go. That's filament number 3 down. Loot is starting to stack up nicely, which is always nice to see. Drones come back. Yeah, we'll say 12.5 minutes with the time it takes to get to the next one going. And what do we have? 73 million now for 3. Like, that is way higher than what the average would be for running these. You know, getting 21 million to 22 million a run. I think T3s are supposed to be... Let's check Abyssal tracker here. T3s for a cruiser should be about 12 million on average. I think that's with the cost of a filament though, so I think the reality is it'd be like 15 million or something. I don't know if they actually consider the cost of the filament or not. Alright, we are getting closer to that one. What about this one? Yeah, slowly. Where's that one at? Way down there. Yeah, we're gonna have to dip out to the side to actually get that one. Let's see, the wardens are the first enemies here because they're webbing. Where's this other cache at? Should be able to get the drone going out. There we go. Probably won't even worry about that one because these guys are dying pretty quick. Helps if I keep moving myself though. So it's these little mistakes that I make that they add up a lot over time. It doesn't do me much good to have a good afterburner if I'm not burning towards something. Yeah, getting almost close enough to deploy the MTU without it trying to do both. You know. 13 million in that one. Wow. We are doing good here. I say that as my poor drones are dying because I'm not paying attention to them because I'm a bad father to my drones. We'll let those ones regenerate their shields. I don't think I'm going to stick around for this last loot one. I could have a drone go pop it right now, but I just don't think it's worth it. Let's see. Gosh, they keep going after the drones. Leave them alone. What did they do to you? Well, they killed you, but that's not the point, I guess. Yeah, as it is, finished before even that one was done, so I'm glad I didn't pop that one and wait for it. I will use the time to reload. How far is that out? 30. Okay. Still going to be at about the 4-minute mark, so that's fine. Another raging gamma filament. If I'm ever feeling frisky like doing a level 4 or tier 4. But I have a feeling that I just don't have the DPS. If I get 3 DPS check rooms in a row, I'm not gonna make it through. And I don't know what I can do to get the DPS that I need with my inability to play flawlessly, I guess is the way to put it. I started using the pack rat today. Actually, I was using a regular one yesterday. And, you know, it's triple the price, but it pulls stuff in 25% faster. Which, when you're talking about something where seconds can mean the difference between, you know, you make it out alive or you don't make it out, and I'll take the 25% faster. Alright, easy room here. All of these frigate tusselas, as long as they don't target the drones, are easy work. Oh gosh, and we're gonna go through a little boost field here. Well, I guess we'll just launch that there then. Yeah, I got it the last time I was in Gila. It's worth it for, if you're going to use an MTU in here, it's worth it. Because I tried the regular one and it works, but instead of, you know, waiting like that 20 or 30 seconds I was waiting, it's 40 or 50 seconds, and that adds up. It adds up a lot when you're doing it every room, or when I'm doing it every room, I should say, because I was the one that was addicted to just getting all the loot instead of just accepting the fact that most of the loot is in the bioadaptive cache. I want all the loot. Speaking of, I didn't even pop that one. As he's working on this one now. Yeah? No? Question mark? Zup, you've been really quiet today. You're just like lurking. Do I wait the 40 seconds to get the last loot in? Or do I move forward? Because we're still under the 4 minutes per pocket. That's the question. .68, we'll wait. It's already got it locked on, it's bringing it in. We'll see how much it was worth. I'll say if it's anything over like 600,000, it was worth it. Otherwise, it might not have been. And survey says 247. Shoulda moved on. But you never know. It could have been 10 million in loot in that little thing. Well, this one's a little easier to decide because there's only 2 loot caches. Three Webers and Bedmac. It's a pretty easy room, actually. As long as they don't kill my drones. Stop it. I swear. Gosh, I'm going so slow. A little better. My gosh. Yeah, gotta go into work. Go. The MTU put down. We're hoping for big money on this one, right? I've gotten the most I've gotten was in a tier 1 loot cache in a frigate. Actually, I got 31 million out of one. It was one of the drone multiplasmas or multiplasmids. That was, I did not expect to get 30 million out of a frigate cache on a T1. But Zup was actually watching for that one. I should have just stuck with my T1s.
A module has run out of charges.
Let's see, we're almost here. And that is the last loot in this pocket, so. This will be run number 4 completed. Alright, all the enemies are dead. Survey says 6.6 million. Respectable amount. And it'll be about 12 minutes when we actually get out. So, yeah. Getting about 5 an hour. And we are at, that was 4. 102 million. Yeah, we're at 26 or 25 million each. Like, we are still way above average. and I'm gonna get one more in this hour. So, I'm awesome. Oh, gotta love the spam ones. Somebody had a Twitch bot come in and spamming. Nice. Gosh. Had a couple good pieces of loot. We go, we'll get the 5th one for the hour. I'll probably drop off my loot after that one. Just so that there's something to rebuild with if I happen to not make it through. So here is the DPS check room. So we're gonna get you go in there, you go in there, us go into here. Take it easy, Lente. Thanks for watching the stream. Start going for the escorts. The only good thing is I'll be able to get all the loot even while doing these ones with the DPS checks. Wow, 19 million for that one. This has just been amazing. Is that a T5? Yeah, that is a T5 filament. Nice. We have 2 that need to be tractored in here from quite a distance out. So hopefully that pack rat gets going. There we go, it's got the one. A 10-second spool up time. Being in range to actually hit these guys with the missiles is definitely helping with the DPS check. It might actually work out time-wise that the other piece of loot gets here right on time. Be nice.
A module has run out of charges.
I can't believe that I've gotten so lucky with the loot in the fact that you know, I've run 5 filaments and I've gotten 6 now higher tier filaments, which is, I've got to say, definitely unlikely. I'm not going to complain though. I'm very happy about it. And I think a big thing for me is not getting greedy and going for that next tier up like I was with the worm. Just being happy with the fact that I'm getting good loot and I'm able to complete it with a relative margin to safety. Relative. Nope. Oh, out of range of the missiles. There's no sense in just wasting them. Only have 26 kilometers, so. Alright. See how much more. Another 3.7. Oh, man. So good. Loot gets there. Enemy dies. Drones coming in. It's all coming together. That's the first pocket. It was a DPS check. It took me only slightly over 4 minutes. So that's not bad. Really helps being able to apply DPS with my drones and my missiles. Alright, I have to cache there, and then these two are both off to the side? Okay, so we're gonna have to fly that way to be able to pop those with our drones. That's okay. Come on. Don't see any webbers, which would be the biggest concern I would have. So that's good. And now let's head back towards the bioadaptive cache. Take out the spotlighter first, I guess. There we go. These enemies should die really quickly, so I need to get in here and get this MTU set up, because we will quickly not have enemies left. Go. Attacking my drones. Another? Wow. What are the odds on that? That is just amazing. Another tier 5 filament in the same run. Like, I don't know. The Eve gods are feeling sorry for me, and I am very grateful. Ooh. Uh-oh. I pulled my drone in so he didn't get hurt, and then I didn't put him back out there. Nice. Well, look at that. Another 20. Oh, no, never mind. That was the same one because I didn't actually pick it out of the thing. Whew. Wow. I'm doing amazing here. Going into the last pocket, we're at 8 minutes in, right on schedule. Only have 2 loot caches. We have no webbers that I'm aware of. Oh, gotta fix that. I guess we'll use a drone to go pop him too. Why not? And we're going to take out all of the frigates first. So the starving Vedmak is going to be annoying, but I don't want to deal with him first just because I want to get the... How the heck did he already get nailed down to that much? Is there a suppressor? No? I don't know. Interesting. go. Another 4 million. Take it. Gets my velocity back up.
A module has run out of charges.
Such a good 5 runs. Unbelievable. Getting the timing down a little better too, which is important. And the last enemy. We'll drop off this loot before doing another 5. Another 2.4. Let's see. Well, we got 1 fierce electrical during the runs. What? How are we at 200? That doesn't make sense. Alright, let's go drop this off quick.
Warp drive active.
Split off the 1. That. 152 million for 5 runs. That's amazing. I can't believe that luck. That is nice.
Docking request accepted.
All right. Drop all this off. Actually, we're just gonna run 5 more, so we'll put those off to the side. Don't need those on me anymore. There we go. Alright, let's get back at it. Fly back. Oh, we gotta reload.
Active.
Here we go. All right, and let's get back at it. Man, 125 million Like 10 million in filaments, so 115 million of profit in 1 hour. Very nice. For a very expensive fit, mind you. Where is straight left? Oh. Gonna have to be careful with the drones since they decided to run in. It's an easy room though to get back into these. This one's just sitting here with these Tessellas, which aren't really danger to me. They are a danger to my drones, so I do gotta be careful with that because I'm a bad drone daddy. But they're not dangerous to me. So I just need to actually pay attention for once. Need to get my MTU out here so that we can start getting that loot cache that was farther away. See, I say I need to pay attention and then I don't pay attention. Alright, get the MTU out. We're gonna orbit the MTU. Alright, get him back out. We need to target this one. So he's the one that's targeting the drones. You, sir, need to die. There we go. So now the drones should... Well, I say that and then another one starts targeting the drones. Leave them alone. We don't want it taking armor damage, which it did. I think we're going to be done with the enemies slightly before the loot gets here. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be about the same time. Good old pack rat MTU. And 3.1 million. Recall the drones. Go up to the gate. Reload. And what do we get? Okay, 3.5 minutes. For this build, that's actually a fairly fast first pocket. 3.5 minutes. Okay. Come on. Okay, good. I got the drone onto the loot before it went out of range. Kikimoras will devastate my drones, so I gotta be careful with that. They can devastate me too. I'm a little over tanked for T3s, so I should be okay, but they could definitely wreck my drones very quickly. Luckily, they're targeting me at the moment. What's our range right now? 17. Alright, as we get closer to this, we're going to put out our pack rat. Go. Oh man, that's for the 5 previous ones that I did where I had amazing loot. Now I'm gonna see the repercussions of that and have just trash. I should take care of the ghosting ones first, so that I can actually use my missiles at this range. But since that one's already so close to dying, yeah, they're doing a number on me here. They do hit hard. It's okay though. Well, there we go. At least that had more loot in it. When you have like, almost double the amount of loot. Or no, it was more than double than the bioadaptive. Come back, drone. Come back. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Just keep going for the drones. The only way to fix this is to just pull them back in. Both of them. Force the Kikomoras to target me as opposed to drones. There we go. Sad. Is our range with one of them 22? There we go. Now we can use missiles plus drones, and they're not healing anymore, so they're gonna go down real fast. This pocket took a lot longer than I thought it would. And now we're up to 4 minutes a pocket still. Ah, crap. No. Rats. Alright. Those are all very far away. 93, 94. I'm gonna go for the Stormbringer first, mainly so it doesn't actually take out my drones. Will I get close enough to that, or am I gonna have to go out of my way? I don't even think it's gonna be worth it. Yeah, it's not gonna be worth it. Because I want to get those ones. Which will be past everything. Okay. Should be able to get that one soon. There we go. And then this one also in a second here. There we go. There we go. And now we'll just focus on taking out the enemies, and we'll be done with this filament. Easy day. Let's take out, well... Well, this has chunkier than I thought it was going to be. Are we leaving the drone alone now? Am I good? Oh, no, not good. Come on. Yeah, I can reach this other loot cache, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. There's still this other one being brought in, and I'm going to be doing with the enemies, and it's better to just go on to the next. Yeah. It'd be much better to just go on to the next one. Okay. Oh, 4.5. Not the best pocket, but you know. Ended up with 10 for that filament's worth, so it's an 8 million profit in 12 minutes, so a little less than what I'd like, but I can't complain with what the previous one was. So good on the last one. Now we get to go out and run another one. Reload. So we got 10 million from filament number 1. 4 more to go. Hopefully we can find some nice high tier filaments. I'd love to find some other tier 5s like we did last run. Alright. Okay, we've got everything's in front of us. Start our modules, launch our drones. We are gonna send out these to pop those right away so that we can go to the bioadaptive and set down an MTU. We are definitely going to run out of cap on this one, seeing as there is 2 dissipators and a Karen, and the Karen's going to hurt. So we will want to take out the dissipators first, just so that we can get our shield hardener, or keep our shield hardener up, I should say. There we go, 17 million. That's a good one. We need to orbit this. We don't want to be a sitting duck for the Karen. Alright, got to keep an eye on our drone health too, because the spearfishers are attacking them. So those will be our second targets of the spearfishers after we get rid of the newts. Actually going down quite quickly, which is nice. I think we're going to get all the loot in well before we kill off the Karen here. Just because of the time it takes to actually take that down, because I'm not going to go chasing after it to apply the missile DPS. So maybe I'll actually start getting the drones working on that, and I will just work with my missiles against this one that's going to stay here by me. try and maximize my DPS opportunity. I am going to run out of missiles before this guy dies, though, and have to reload. So there will be a 35-second intermission between damage application from myself.
A module
And
has
there
run
it
out
is.
of charges.
Sadness. Alright, all the loot's in. So let's grab that, and then we can pick up the pack rat. Oh, just about 6 million, that's nice. Then we can just go orbit the actual transfer conduit while we wait to reload. Oh, Karen's almost dead. Good job, drones. Timing worked out fairly decently. Words are hard. Alright, there we go. Drones in. And get to the next gate. That actually didn't take too long. Yeah, under 4 minutes for the first pocket. Not bad. On we go. Where are these loot ones here? Slightly off to the side. We might catch it. I'm gonna head towards it a little bit, just to make sure that I get within the 57 that my drones can reach out and get. There we go, and then we'll head towards this one that's down there, do the same thing, and then we'll head back up to the bioadaptive and put down our MTU. Okay. And then we can take out the... There's like nothing for enemies in this pocket. I don't get it. Is this a tier 3? Like... There's nothing in here. It's bewildering, actually. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. It's just kind of odd. Alright, let's get our pack rat down. Yeah, would help if I looted that. There we go. And then we're gonna orbit the pack rat. We'll bring him in. There we go. Put out a fresh one. I'm not worried about those renewing ones actually healing through the DPS of my drones. What I don't like is they'll just sort of meander away if they're the last enemies. And I don't feel like chasing things down. I mean, I could definitely just go on to the next pocket here as opposed to waiting for another loot thing to be scooped up by this. Come on. I say that and then I don't click the correct button. It's alright. Alright. On to pocket 3. In good time here. Alright, 7 minutes going into pocket 3. Only 2 loot caches, and they're both straight ahead. We have 1 Weber, so he's first on the agenda. tangling guy. Get one going out to that far loot cache. Tangling guys down. Now the order of precedence really doesn't matter, because these guys are not going to be able to burn through my regen. Not even close. So Damavik is first, I guess. And then we can put down the MTU once we get up to the loot here. $5 million, alright. Doing good here. It's a fairly quick run, and the loot wasn't bad, so I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Timing should be good here for this last Vedmek to die, right as we're approaching the conduit to leave. I like it. Not much from that one, but it's just extra loot, you know? So for 2 runs... There's no way we're at 42 million for 2 runs, is there? That first one was so not good for the loot. Wow. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere. Because that, and that, and that. Yeah, 42 million. 20 million a run still, which is just, it's nice. Especially like that last one was a fast run. And here we go. Run number 3 out of this batch. Let's see if we can keep up the average of 20 plus million per run. Oh boy. We need to get the drones out right away to do those, because those are flying past us. And we're going to be cruising there. There we go. Oh, we're not going to be able to get that one, I don't think. I don't know where that one is. That's the 64 away. There's no Webbers, no Newts. What a simple room. Kikomoras, I mean. Hopefully they stay targeting me and they don't swap over to the drones. As long as they don't go over to targeting the drones, it should be fine to just DPS everything down while the pack rat takes care of the loot. Easy day. Wow. Get rid of these darn Kikomoras. I got a thing against them since they killed me yesterday. Not bad. Not bad at all. I switched over to the rapid light launcher, and while I am having to reload a lot of times during a pocket, I still feel like the DPS edition was worth it. Because generally speaking, when I need the DPS, like if I'm dealing with Webbers or Newts, I want it right away. And the long-term DPS where I'm reloading, like if it's an Overmind or something like that, it's not a big deal if I gotta wait for it to reload. Pretty good timing here. Loot's gonna arrive about the same time. An extra 4 million from the pack rat. The thing has paid for itself so many times over. Alright. On to pocket number 2. Right, are these in front? One is, where's the other one? So one's low and one's high. So let's go for the low one first, because it's slightly closer. 50, oh. Well, doesn't that figure? Who's doing that? Lucifer. Axions? Well. There we go. Okay, let's get both drones going there, and then we'll just pull one back. And we'll come up to the cache. What's our range right now? 26 still. And we're getting webbed. Who's the webbing? The elites, yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, so at least I got that right. So, webbers are just so frustrating when I'm in this Gila, because it is slow. Oop, 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 oop. Drones are getting targeted. That is never a good day for me. Oh my, that was a bad loot. 900,000 is... That is... pennies. I guess we'll get close enough to get that one then, since we definitely need it in this room. Go. Alright. Hello everybody that's watching. We're on... This is filament number 8. Yeah, the 8th one that I've run so far today. Oh, did I? I didn't pop it. Ah, man. Well... We're just gonna go ahead and leave it then. Oh, this was the, I think the lowest loot pocket that I've dealt with. All told, I've gotten, like 2.2? Yeah, like 2.2. It's okay. We've got really lucky in a lot of the other pockets, so I will live with that. Reloading here while we transfer over to the last pocket of this one. I'm not doing bad on time though, just at 7 minutes. Alright, so this one's a little easier as far as the loot goes. Where is... okay, it's down there. We have 3 dissipators, 2 webbers, so we have a lot of annoying enemies in this one. Plus a Karen. So this is a more dangerous room. So we need to get rid of the webbers, and we need to get rid of the newts. So we're going to deal with the webbers first, and then we're going to deal with the newts. And hopefully, well, there's no spearfishers. The spearfishers really like going after the drones, so those should be okay. Should. Okay. While we're in between, we'll pop the loot so we can get up there. Do that. Alright. It's not going so bad. They didn't even get through my cap before I got the webbers down. Ready to deploy MTU here. Here we go. Deploy MTU. Pick up the loot. Oh my gosh, only 1 million. Wow. This really was the lowest loot room. When the Illuminator's the only one left, I'm going to send the drones after the Garen here. And I'll just work on the Illuminator with the missiles while the drones go off and kill the Karen before it gets so far away that I'll have to chase it down to even send my drones at it. We're still doing fine on shield. I mean, the highest regen rate's down here, but we're not even getting down to there, so we're good. Okay. No! Just shy of being in range to send the drones at that guy. It was not the way I wanted that to work.
Our module has run out of charges.
That's okay. Let's go back, get our loot, pick up our pack rat before we forget it, because that would be less than ideal. And then just watch the drones do their thing. I'm so happy that there's drone boats in here. 1.78. Oi. My alt uses an Ishtar, but I don't have the skills on the alt that really can translate into doing these higher tier ones yet. Alright, so at the end of this run, $54 million. So we got 14 million in this filament, which still not bad. It's not bad at all. Just I was getting used to getting the close to 20s. We got 2 more filaments to run here. Yeah, 2 more. Waiting on a Karen to die, which is definitely making this one take a little longer. There we go. Alright. Recall the drones. We're already all reloaded. So as soon as they get back, exit out and then come back in. I want to see some rare loot drops. That's what I want to see. See some big money. Alright. We're gonna go for number 9. Come on. There we go. And away we go. Alright, so I see 2 Webbers. There's 4 loot caches. 1 that way. 1 that way. So we're gonna go to the left because there's another one on the back, on the left side too. Okay. And we'll get one of these working on a Weber. There we go. Gosh, we're going so slow. Alright, got all the loot caches popped that I think we're gonna need. So by the time I get to this and place the pack rat, these guys are gonna be dead in time for me to that loot to be actually collected anyways. Go. Launch the MTU. Orbit it. Wow, 831,000. Sometimes it's so low. It makes me really nervous about thinking about just like, oh, just go through and get the bioadaptive cache and nothing else. Like, I don't think that works for cruisers. It works really well for frigates, but for cruisers, I just don't think it's the right advice from what I've seen. Also, like, I never end up staying too long after the enemies die anyways. Like, the pack rat does a decent job of pulling the loot in the time. This time I'm going to be a little bit late, but not bad. Ooh, that thing hit me for 1,200, huh? Alright. How far out is that loot? Not far. Easy day. Come on, big money. Big money. And 1.79, so not big money. That's alright. How long did it take us here? It'll be about 4 minutes by the time we actually get into the next pocket, which is good. 4 minutes per pocket is about what I try to average. Alright. Pocket 2. There's a lot of enemies in this one. There are spearfishers, which absolutely will go for the drones, because they be like that. And there is, what, 1, 2, oh, I didn't want you. There's 2 Webbers. So this is going to be a not so fun room to deal with. So we need to deal with the Webbers first, get the loot cache popped, and then after the Webbers, go for the Scylla Tyranoses. Man, our cap went fast. Look at that. All of these freaking Scylla Tyrannos is nuding me. And Dissipators. Oh, jeez. My drones are dying. I tell ya. 4 million. Okay, so that's a better one. Orbit that, get a drone out again, pull this one in. I need to pull him in there. Gonna kill the afterburner to try and keep the hardener going as long as possible. There we go. Okay, so the Lancer's the one shooting at the drone. Butthead.
The capacitor is empty.
Okay. Alright, got it in a pulse, so that's good. I think we're good. I don't have the DPS to take me out, but they do have the ability to take out my drones. And if they take out my drones, I become useless. Because I do not have DPS without the drones to make it through these. Not in the least bit. Okay. We're down to the last newt. And then after him, I think I'm going to pull both the drones in so that they stop targeting the drones, since 2 of them are now. There we go. Well, let's get on the Spearfisher. Take him down. The loot's already in there. Well. That was less than ideal. Let's hope for this last pocket to be a good one. I can turn my booster back on now. Or my afterburner, I should say. Okay. For all that, not too far over time. About 30 seconds. Yeah. Alright, so let's go for that. There's one Weber. So we're going to go for the Weber first. And then probably the Starving. I should have reloaded while I was actually going through the gate. It's a mistake. What's my range right now? 20? Okay. Okay. that. Drones are taking a little bit of damage, but not too bad. Need to get our MTU out. There we go. There's the loot. 23 million in that one. That's what I like to see. I'm gonna go for the Tesla first because they have much less HP, and I'll start working on the Vedmak with my missiles. Easy day. Nice to see that big loot pop there with the 20 million. Alright. Interesting.
A module has run out of charges.
Is that all the loot? Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. 300,000. The entire filament became worth it as soon as that 20 million pop happened there with the raging gammas. Oh Lord. That is nice to see. And then we just have one more filament to run. And then we'll be closing up the stream. So that'll be a total of 10 filaments. Barring anything going wrong. Knock on wood. I've definitely jinxed myself there. There we go. Why are they... I didn't even notice my drones aren't shooting the right thing. They're being doofuses. Shooting at a suppressor down there. Can you even kill that? Yeah? Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah. Well, because of my misplays, it took a little longer than it should have. Hello and welcome. Going on to the last filament here. Reload first. Wait for a little timer so that we can start another filament. Right. There we go. T3 electric. Last one out of the 10. Let's do this. Okay, modules on. Go towards that. Where are the loots? All in front. Alright. Nice. What isn't nice is the Tesseras, which are very high damage. I have not had to deal with 3 of them in this Gila fit, so we will see how this goes here. I think the spark grip is the one that we need to take care of first. Since it's an electric filament, I don't want to be taking the EM damage. Get them going on that portion. Just under 1 million for the loot. So far, this is going quite nicely. They are not chewing through my regen at all. Doing much better than when I was running these in my worm. Oh man, the MTU is bringing in an empty one? Why are you doing that, buddy? That's not good. Gotta get the drone in. These guys love to eat drones. I have lost a lot of drones to these darn Tesseras. And I know they're short-ranged. Like, I could stay out of 20 kilometers and they can't hit me. Quite honestly, I'd rather have them hit me than the drones. Speaking of, let's just return all the drones and make that happen. Yes, shoot me, please. I don't think I'm gonna wait for the last piece of loot to come in. I'm gonna wait for this one, and then we're gonna collect it. We're gonna go. Instead of waiting the 40 seconds. And not a whole lot. Alright. On to the second pocket. Hopefully we get a little better luck on the drops. But if it's anything like the last filament, man, the last room gave us 20 million all on its own, so can't complain there. Alright. See if we can get lucky and have a easy room. That is a very easy room. Wow. I am quite shocked actually. We have 2 Webbers, which are annoying, but they don't really cause too much issue for us. And then 2 Vedmechs. So there's not a whole lot of HP to deal with to get through this room. Be able to get through this one quite quickly. One of the Webbers down. Loot cache popped. And then right as we're about to be on top of the loot, we will put down our pack rat. Yeah, this is fast room. 4 million, alright, respectable. Let's consolidate our drones onto one target though. I don't want them split apart like that. Alright. Easy day. I just gotta remember to reload after I go to the next, before I go to the next pocket. Oh, big money.
Module has run out of charges.
I don't have to worry about reloading if it's gonna do it for me. 329. Oh man. Coming down to the last pocket again for us to make any money off this filament. It's okay. Big money, big money. And what room do we get? Okay, 2 loots. We have... I mean, the Lucifers are a little annoying. There's a lot of E-War. But... that's okay. We're gonna go for the cap newts first. Oh, wait, who's webbing? Oh. All 3 of those types allow web. Sad face. We are so slow now. You know what? I have it. Let's use it. There's no reason not to use the tractor beam in this instance. Because as long as we have the tractor beam on this, if I place down the pack rat, it won't target it because it's already got a tractor beam on it. Hey, there we go. Almost 8 million in this one. Very good. Where is that one? Up that way? Alright, well, we got rid of the newts. Come on. There we go. We just need to get rid of the last Weber. Alright, now the rest of this is just clean up. Easy day. Yeah, sure. They can attack whoever. It doesn't matter at this point. Alright. We will launch for self. Turn off that. Unlock that. Yeah. Easy day. Oh, wait a second. Why am I trying to shoot missiles at something that's 40 kilometers away? Silly me.
A module has run out of charges.
Alright. Just wait for me to pick up my loot and get on out of here. There we go. Head to the origin and call it a day. And then 0_Kronos_X. So should be able to /raid 0_Kronos_X. Kronos_X. Oh, if I could spell. Alright guys, I am going to be heading out. I'm bringing you over to Kronos. So you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go sell off my loot and pack it in for the evening here. Thank you for hanging out.